Hey there, Tiffany Thomas with wealthytiffany.com, and in today's video I'm going to talk about how to know when to sell your stocks. And before we dive in, if you're ready for financial freedom right now, comment freedom below in the comments. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos, and don't forget to like and share this video. And if you're really serious about becoming financially free sooner than later, click the link below this video in the description and I can help you do that. Okay, let's talk about how to know when to sell your stocks. And I get this question a lot. People are really nervous about investing in stocks because they don't know when they should sell the stock. They don't want it to drop way down in price and then lose a ton of money and, lose all of their money in the stock market. So I get this question a lot. So let's just chat about this for a minute. There's a few things I want you to think about when you're investing in stocks and when you should be selling your stocks. So the first thing that I want to talk about is investing more for the long term instead of focusing on the day-to-day stock price changes. And I love having this mentality. So I'm not investing in stocks and day trading them, right? So I'm not buying a stock and immediately selling it, seconds or minutes or hours or days later. I'm investing for the long term. So I buy a stock and I want to hold on to that for at least a year, and probably even more than that, a few years at least. And this really helps when you're investing in stocks because a lot of people, they invest in the stock. Let's say they buy a stock for $10, and they see the stock price go up to 15, and they're thinking, should I sell now? Should I make the $5? Or do you think it's going to go up to $20? Should I wait until it goes up to $20 and then sell? Or they see it, drop down to $5 and they think, oh man, do I sell it now and lose out on $5? Is it going to go to zero? They just have all of these little fears, right, about the stock price changing so much. And I just want to help you get rid of those fears. So instead of focusing on that day-to-day stock price, I want you to focus on investing in good companies and investing more for the long term. And when you invest in stocks, this is what I like to do, is I like to choose companies that I'm familiar with and possibly companies that I actually use, or a lot of my friends use, or a lot of the population uses. And then, I look at these companies and I think, okay, this is a really good company. A lot of people are using it. They're the leader in the industry. And, they have a few different things that I'm looking for in a company. And so I think it's going to be a good investment for the long term. So I'm going to invest in the company. I'm going to purchase their stock and hold it for the long term. And that way you kind of get rid of that fear of, oh, what if it drops, $5 in the next 10 days? Should I sell it? You're more looking at the company overall and saying, okay, in 10 days, is this still a good company? Does it still support the reasons that I actually invested in this stock, in this company? Or does it not? Is it no longer the leader in the industry? Or is it run by a different CEO who's making drastic changes and the company looks like it's no longer going to be a good company, a good investment? So you don't want to worry so much about the day-to-day stock price change. You want to focus on, is it still a good company? And is it supporting the reasons that I originally invested in this company, or is it not? And if it's not, that's when you should sell the company. You should sell the stock. But if it is still a good company and it's gone down in price, keep a hold of the stock. It's going to go back up. And this is how the stock market works. There is dips and it will, dip down and come back up, but over time it continues to rise. And if you're choosing companies that are good, stable companies that you're familiar with and possibly even using, then you can keep a hold of their stock for the long term and it's going to go up over time. And, if you see that company taking a turn for the worse and, like I said, they're no longer a leader in their industry, then it may be time for you to sell. And you can evaluate then and say, okay, this company is no longer the leader in the industry. I want to sell and invest in maybe the new leader in the industry, or in a different company, or in a different type of investment. So really focus on why you're buying the stock in the first place. And if those reasons change, that's when you should be selling. And then another reason that you might want to sell your stock is maybe you have a better investment come up that you want to put some of your money in. And to give you an example, that's what I did last year when I purchased another rental property. I had a bunch of stocks in my brokerage account, and I decided that I wanted to switch out some of my money from the stock market and put it into real estate. And the stocks were all up. They were all way over what I had originally paid for them. So I had already made a huge profit on these stocks. And I really wanted to put some of that into real estate. I felt like the stock market was going to take a little dip, and I wanted to put my money into real estate. And so that's exactly what I did. I still think that all of those stocks were good stocks. They were good companies still. But I personally wanted to have more of my money in real estate. So that's why I sold them. And that's why I chose to put them into real estate instead of leaving them in the stock market. So that could be another reason that you would sell. It really depends on you and your long-term goals. It doesn't depend so much on the stock price, because good companies are going to have their stock price drop. They will. That's the nature of the stock market. Prices go up and down all the time. But if you're investing in good companies, those prices will continue to rise over time. So you can really simplify your investing by investing more for the long term instead of focusing on that day-to-day stock price number. And be worried about that all the time. So hopefully this helps you a little bit on knowing when to sell your stock. And it'll make your life a lot easier if you don't watch the stock price every day. Because you can definitely drive yourself crazy by doing that. But like I said, just invest in those companies, and those good companies that you're familiar with, that you may be using or your friends are using, and know why you're investing in that company. And if those reasons change, then that's when you should be selling your stock, instead of if the stock price, drops $20 or $100 or whatever it might be. That's not when you should be selling. That's probably when you should be stocking up and buying more of the stock, because it's still a good company. And then, the other reason is if you want to switch your investments from stocks to another type of investment. Those are kind of the two main reasons that you would be selling your stock. Another reason could be if you are ready to live off of your stocks, off of the money that you've made from your stocks. Or maybe if you want to take some of that money out and purchase your dream house or your dream car, or take your dream vacation, things like that, larger purchases. So you can also sell your stocks then. And then when you're ready to actually start using your stocks for your daily expenses, then you could sell them at that point. So hopefully this helps a little bit on lessening your worries or your fears about when to sell a stock. And hopefully, you can set your long-term goals, your investing strategy, and move forward that way and be, secure in what you're investing in and feel good about it. So if you guys found this video helpful, please like it and share it with someone else who needs to hear this information. And you guys, if you have other content that you want me to talk about, please put it in the comments below. I would love to create some videos on content that you want to hear about. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more information like this. And if you're really serious about becoming financially free at a young age, click the link below this video in the description and I can help you do that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.